and welcome to Season 3, Race 11 of my Rockstar Energy Racing Career Mode here on F1 2021. We're here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Just barely edged out Mick Schumacher for pole. Red Bulls and McLarens behind me. For the surprise, Christian Lundgaard, who started on pole and won in Austria, qualified only P11. I guess the big story, a noticeable story, is that the Alpines have seen a real big spike in their performance. So that's why you're seeing them, Alonso P10, and then Esteban Ocon sitting at P13. Sort of in the mix with the AlphaTauris at towards the bottom half of the points and just outside the points. Pretty close to winning the rivalry over Max Verstappen. So that's good.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Bad news that it's going to be raining for the entire race. Looks like it's going to be light rain, so it could be intermediates the whole way. See. We have chassis parts coming in, we have powertrain parts coming in. How many points do we have? We have 15 of 42. Guess we'll get this one. Ultimate chassis upgrade. Nothing else we can really get on the durability front with the points we have. So we'll take it as it is. And there you see Performance Alpine took a major jump forward in the performance. They're sort of out. Closing in on the main pack of cars, but also sort of in a league of their own. They're well above the next team in Williams, so yeah, we'll see how things turn out for them as we get ready for what will be a very wet British Grand Prix.
We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Silverstone circuit then. It's 3.6 miles long and has a total of 18 corners. And of course, is no stranger to the rain. There won't be any DRS available in these conditions, but the Wellington and Hangar Straights are still good opportunities to tuck into the slipstream and make a pass. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Christian Lundgaard. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's the owner driver in pole position then, and Mick Schumacher completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Latifi and Christian Lundgaard, Gasly, Ocon, Valtteri Bottas and Hamilton, Stroll, Verstappen, Jack Aitken and Antonio Giovinazzi. Fernando Alonso, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Joe, Islet and George Russell ends our grid lineup.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Well, so much for Alonso's P10 qualifying spot. He's starting lower down the grid with an engine penalty. And not much to really comment in terms of the strategy, as it's scheduled to be a one-stop race.
Gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
The conditions really not set to change for the rest of the race.
The drivers we're racing are Schumacher and Norris. This rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Inters seem like the fastest tyre for now. Light rain will stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay.
Oh boy, major ghosting. No surprise. I got 2 cars inside me. That's lovely.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, here we go. 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone in the wet. Lights out and away we go. Okay start, but Schumacher's definitely going to get us going into the first turn. Norris looking to the inside. Oh, he gets held up a little bit though, and here comes Ricciardo. Looks like we might have had some contact there in the back. Let's take a look, see if there was any rear wing collisions or front wing collisions. Nah, it doesn't look like it. It's just everyone going super slow because of the rain. course, wet conditions means that the DRS will not be available at any point during the race. So no, ability to use DRS on the straights to get caught up to the car in front. Schumacher, of course, it's the fastest lap on the first lap of the race. It's going really wide.
Okay, some information on signs. They seem to have an issue.
Oh, issue on Carlos Sainz's car. According to the team radio. Going a little wide. Car that was closing in. While Mick Schumacher has pulled away. Ran a little wide.
could be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain.
Quite a fun set of rewinds there, but bottom line is Ricardo has gotten by me for P2. He'll try to fend off Sergio Perez for P3. This is proving to be a bit of a challenge.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds. Some information on Schumacher. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Uh-oh. Mick Schumacher's got a problem. He's the race leader. That's certainly not good. Wonder if that will lead to him retiring from the race, or if his car is just going slowly. I'm not sure. We'll find out soon enough, and I'm sure soon enough, if that mechanical problem persists, Ricardo will catch Schumacher and pass him for the lead. It's, of course, Mick Schumacher, not Michael. Ricardo is now less than 3 seconds behind Mick Schumacher. check pit stop window around lap 13, somewhere between lap 13 and 20. Again, should really only be a one-stop race. As we have really closed up to the back of Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo now 1.5 seconds behind the Red Bull of Mick Schumacher. And closing.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
Now Ricciardo is really closed in. And just because you have mechanical problems doesn't mean you're going to drop out of the race necessarily, of course. Carlos Sainz has experienced mechanical problems since lap 2 or 3, and he still has not dropped out of the race, so, you know, in theory, Schumacher can keep going, as long as he doesn't... Ooh, that was close. Overshot the corner, and Sergio Perez is going to move into P3. Try to take that spot back from the Mexican. Ooh, tight. I think this next straight here is going to be the best opportunity for Ricciardo to overtake Mick Schumacher. And if he can get there, he's close. He can't quite get the move done, and meanwhile, we're going to try and make a move on Sergio Perez to take that spot back that we lost a lap ago. And that did not go as I would have hoped. Went to go for the switchback and slipping on that wet grass. But we're going to do it a second time around and it's going to work. And we're going to get the spot back from Perez. And we are now back into P3. This is a very, even though this is, you know, labeled as a very fast track in real life, at least on the game, it's not the easiest to overtake, especially in these conditions. We'll do our mid-session save, as we always do. I got the Giants and the Eagles game on my phone right now as I'm watching this. Of course, I'm an Eagles fan. And, game is still within reach, but it is 3-0 Giants. So, hopefully they can mount a comeback here. Or, excuse me, at least take the lead. Figure out a way to take the lead. Oh man, you can see Ricciardo really searching for a way around Mick Schumacher. So Schumacher, you know, his car is wounded mechanically, but still able to hold station in these conditions. I think Ricardo has to get him here. There's no way he can't get by him here. He's right on his tail. There he goes. To the inside. Gonna make the move. And we're gonna make the move as well. We're gonna follow Ricardo through.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
And in one corner, Mick Schumacher goes from first to third. As behind him, Lando Norris and Sergio Perez are fighting it out amongst themselves.
We're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds.
So this started off in a good way for Red Bull with Mick Schumacher leading the early part of the race, but now Schumacher is having his issues and he's sliding back into the clutches of Lando Norris and could be losing P3 here momentarily if he doesn't get that mechanical issue corrected. Carlos Sainz still has his mechanical issue. He's still sitting back there, well off the pace. Looks like Lando Norris is finally going to be able to get by Mick Schumacher for P3. And we'll see how quickly.
We're expecting you in around 2 laps, and we'll be putting you on the intermediate tyres.
We'll see how quickly Schumacher is able to get out of the way of his teammate, Perez, or if he unintentionally holds up his teammate even further. Of course, right now our current strategy is to pit around lap 13 for our second set of intermediate tires. Tire is still not too bad, but and I guess in theory we could try to go all the way, but I think the smart idea is to put on a fresh set of inters and just play it safe with the tire wear.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
They're in 17th. The difference is 20.0 seconds. The time last lap was a 1:40.8. Okay, we'll fit inters on your next stop. This rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Oh no, Alonso out of the race. What happened to him? He was running well, and looks like an engine failure. Oh no, that's Esteban Ocon. Where is Fernando Alonso? Oh, there he is, and it's definitely an engine failure on his Alpine. Pulls it up alongside where the old pit exit was. And first retirement of the Grand Prix is the Alpine of Fernando Alonso. And that whole time, I thought that car that was running, the Alpine that was running in the top 10, I thought that was Alonso, but I guess not.
Lap, so push now.
It was, in fact, Esteban Ocon.
Right, come in at the end of this lap. Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message. Confirming that we'll be fitting the intermediate tyres.
And I guess Mick Schumacher must have picked up the pace now because, you know, he's pulling away from his teammate Sergio Perez.
Caution. Green flag.
Dive to the pits. Ricardo also comes in. Norris will stay out for another lap. We've got behind us, we got Leclerc pitting. We've got looks like, I think, Perez pitting, I want to say. Yeah, Perez is the one who's pitting.
Release, release. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Well, right in front of Jack Aitken and George Russell. So you can P8 and P9 right now. So fortunately for us, we came out in clean air. No traffic for, you know, several seconds.
Christian is in the pits. Christian in the pits.
Teammate is in the pits along with a bunch of others, presumably.
Gap to teammate ahead is 13.5 seconds.
Coming out just ahead of Lando Norris, as anticipated.
We're being caught by the car behind. Push, push.
Another mid-session save. Also, just want to check on something very quickly, so just give me a moment. Good news, the Eagles tied up the score. It's now 3-3, so no touchdowns, but at least we're tied. At least we're not losing anymore. Alright, let me get this out of the way, and I will resume the race. Ugh. Let's go put that back in the... Oh, come on. Problems here. Alright. Now we're set to continue. So it looks like, barring a safety car, it's going to be a battle between myself and the two McLarens. Fastest lap of the race, right there.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
This we're in dry conditions, it'd be a lot easier to make a pass, but wet weather always a challenge. Norris really fell off there. I felt like he was a lot closer about half a lap ago. Just a quick check on the running order. Outside of the top three, it's Schumacher 4th, Leclerc 5th, Lundgaard 6th, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon, Latifi, and Sergio Perez are the top 10. Lando Norris sets the fastest lap, and suddenly he's right back behind us again.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now.
Unfortunately, I don't think we are going to run into any lap traffic before the end of this race, so this one's just going to come down to whether or not I can catch and pass Daniel Ricciardo for the lead. New fastest lap of the race.
That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, I think me and Norris have been trading the fastest lap of the race back and forth for a little bit now.
This pace is strong, but be aware your tyres need to go the distance.
Excuse me. Coming in on 4. Last to go as I nearly run into the back of Ricardo.
Gap to teammate behind is 12.6 seconds. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Three laps to go. Yeah, we've gotten close to Ricardo. It's not like I'm not trying to pass him, just haven't been able to muster anything to actually get a pass done. And yeah, I think if this was just under dry conditions and DRS was available, we would have blown by Ricardo already. Maybe not gotten away from him, but we would have definitely passed him by this point. But, you know, this is a track that when there's no DRS, it's not in dry conditions, it's not really conducive to passing. Ricardo's looking for his first season. Ooh, looking for a pass. Ricardo's got the inside. So hold off that time. 2 laps to go. It's a 3-way fight for the win. Ricardo, myself, and Lando Norris. A dive to the inside. Ricardo's still on the bottom, though. And I think I completely screwed up that corner. Went a little too wide. I'll put it right about there. Lando Norris looking to make a pass of his own for P2. A little bit of contact with Norris. It's a little slideways. And we're right on the rear diffuser of Ricardo. But again, just so hard to pass in these conditions. We run into the grass a little bit.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, didn't want to run into the back of him. Here we go, last lap of the Grand Prix.
This is your final lap of the race.
Ooh, right on his diffuser. Can't capitalize. Try to run a different line. Doesn't quite work. Still close. Not close enough to make a pass. I need a great run through Magnus and Beckett to even have a shot here. Alright, that was pretty decent. Half a second behind. See if we can gain down the straight here. The fast right-hander. Can we make a dive bomb pass? Ooh, it's close. Ricardo's got the inside. Ricardo's gonna hold on. Ricardo's gonna win the British Grand Prix. We will come home in second place.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And Daniel Ricciardo holds on for the win.
What a fantastic Grand Prix that was, and an excellent win for McLaren. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible
Ricciardo's
result
first win of the
He
year.
always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
Oh, it's quite the race there.
Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Another solid result for our championship leader today, allowing them to extend the gap between themselves and the rest of the standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
And there you go. That was the British Grand Prix in wet conditions. Some movement in the constructors' standings. McLaren jumps Ferrari with their 1-3 finish. Of course, Carlos Sainz did not score any points. And then Mercedes, with their double points finish, jumps AlphaTauri for P5. Driver standings, it's tied for second with Ricciardo actually jumping to P2, tied with my teammate Christian Lundgaard, though they're still well ways behind me, 73 points back. Carlos Sainz drops to 4th, Lando Norris closes in on Sainz in 5th, and then Leclerc in 6th, the Red Bulls setting 7th and 8th, and then Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly rounding out the top 10. I guess the big news is that Esteban Ocon scored his first points of the season for Alpine. He jumps up from, he should have been P17 or 16 to P14. So the Haas cars, the Alfa Romeo cars, and then Russell and Jack Aitken for Williams and Aston Martin respectively have yet to score any points this season. Easily dispatch Max Verstappen in the rivalry, so that's good. cash, $1.29 million total. Plus 337,500 takes our total up to 15.12 million.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Alright, we will renegotiate with our teammate Christian Lundgaard, who's been doing very well, sitting second in the championship right now. He declined the offer. It was a low-risk offer.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright. I guess maybe he wanted more money or something, I don't know, but there you go. We keep Lundgaard for the remainder of the season.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend. Finally, some good news. It's entirely up to you how we handle this.
Breakthrough in development, we have some additional resources to invest in R&D. Chassis department is arguing that they are currently best placed to maximize the value. What do you think? So we can either get off 50% on a geometry part, or you can take 750 resource points.
The department wants me to pass on their thanks for helping out.
Yeah, I'll take those 750 resource points. So are there any significant driver changes since the contract period? Let's see. No, it does not look like any driver changes mid-season, which is good. Yeah, so really nothing else to report. So, Thank you for watching the British Grand Prix. I'll see you next time at the Hungarian Grand Prix.